Hello friends, and welcome to another video. Welcome to part 2 of becoming a flight attendant. So in part 1 I did discuss the interview process as well as training. In this video I will be talking about being online, what it's like to be an online flight attendant. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. So guys, if you haven't had the chance to check out the first video, please go ahead and do so. I want to say congratulations to those of you that have been successful in getting a job being a flight attendant, and I wish you all the best in your career. As you guys know, I think it's like one of the best careers in the world, and I've been doing it since 2015, and I'm so glad that I have the chance to do this. I want to wish you guys all the best. All right, so let's get right into the video, guys. I will do my best to kind of keep this video structured, if you will, but you know, I always keep it real, and I'm just telling you as it is from my heart, from my experience, and I hope it helps. So amazing, you passed your interview, you passed the training, which was crazy. It was intense, but you know what, you dedicated yourself, you were disciplined, you were focused, and you were able to pass your training. So amazing, congratulations. And now you are officially a flight attendant. Okay, that is just awesome. So I'm going to be talking about a typical day in the life of a flight attendant towards the end of this video. I want to start off by saying that once you get the job, it's most likely that you will be on reserve, and I did explain reserve in a couple of videos, but I will go through it quickly. Being on reserve means that you do not know where you're flying. However, you do know your reserve days, and you know for how long you have your reserve days for. You know when your days off are, but you don't know where you're flying to and for how long. That being said, it's so important to always be ready and to always have your things organized, your bag organized, your uniform organized, babysitter if you're a parent or a guardian, you know, all of that needs to be kind of like set up, you know, just in case they call you. For my airline, you're given 2 hours to report to work. So for example, they'll call me 8 a.m. for a 10 a.m. report time. It may be different in other countries, but for North America, for Canada where I work, this has been my experience. You are given 2 hours and you have to get to the airport by the report time. So being organized is so important. If you're not an organized person, you're not going to make it in the job, okay? The other thing is, I will say, being online, it's so important to also have an open mind. This job, you know, there's a lot of uncertainties. You may be scheduled to work a flight to Ottawa and end up in Cancun. You know what I mean? Like, so, or you may be delayed in Ottawa for 3 days because of weather, mechanical, anything can happen. It's happened. So definitely you have to have an open mind. And I'm sorry if the video is all over the place. As it comes to me, I'm going to give it to you guys. Okay, that's just how I am. I keep it real. That being said, I did a video on like packing your suitcase and some items that I always have in my suitcase. So once you start the job, it's very important that in your suitcase you have warm clothes, you have summer clothes, you have just for different climates, because again, you can end up anywhere or you could be stuck anywhere. So you want to make sure that, you know, you're not having to spend money when you have it already. Like, you have the clothes already, all you need to do is just kind of pack your bag and have it organized. Okay, when I was on reserve, I would sometimes, if I had to like go on the road, I would bring my suitcase with me. If I knew, like, let's say I had an appointment or something like that, bring my uniform with me and bring my suitcase with me in my car. It's different if if you don't drive, but you know, like, you got to just kind of make it work, guys. And you're not going to be on reserve forever, but I'm just telling you what to expect and just some ideas of what you can do when you are on reserve. Being on reserve is not a bad thing, okay? Being on reserve has been very beneficial to a lot of new flight attendants, because you end up with these awesome pairings like Europe, Asia, wherever. When you're on reserve, for the airline I work with, when you're on reserve, there's 2 types of reserve. So there's your call-in reserve days, and then your regular reserve days. So if it's a call in reserve days, you have to call in by a certain time to find out if they have anything that they will give you to work. And then the other reserve days are just regular reserve days, if that makes any sense. They will call you. So one, you call in, the other, they call you. So like I said, being on reserve is not always a bad thing. I've gotten really nice pairings on reserve. Some of them wasn't really the best because literally they gave you 2 hours to get to the airport. So if I wasn't organized, you know, it'd be like you're so flustered. So it's so important to be organized. So I want to kind of like move away from reserve now and talk about once you are given a block. Block is basically you do know where you're flying. You bid for your flights, you got them, or you may not have gotten them. You got whatever your seniority gave you. So now you know where you're flying to, you know for how long. It's a 1-day pairing, 2-day pairing, 3-day pairing, 4-day pairing, maybe it's just a turn, but you know. Okay, that is, in my opinion, better obviously, because then you can have a little bit more control in terms of booking appointments if you need to book appointments, or if you know you want to take a little vacation on the weekend or whatever it may be. You know when you have to check in, you know all of that information, so you can plan your life a little bit better. So back to like having a block. When you come online for the airline I work with, you have to bid for your schedule the month in advance. For example, we're now in the month of December. I've already put in my bid for January. So I bid for the pairings that I would like, the layovers I would like, and my days off. I put that bid in. So in a few days, I will find out what my schedule is for January. Isn't that awesome? That is awesome. If you like change, this job is perfect for you because it's not your typical 9 to 5. There's always something new. Every flight is different. You work with different people. It's never the same people. The likelihood of you working with the same person is very slim. It can happen, but most likely it's always a new crew, and I like that. I love that. I told you guys that before. I love that. Okay, I like people. I like to meet people, right? So, and the other thing is, if you don't like vibe with someone, it's just one flight or maybe 2 flight or 1 pairing, and once the pairing or the flight is done, you don't have to see them again, so you're good. Meaning you don't have to see them again. Sorry, my Jamaican just came out. You don't have to see them maybe for next year or 2 or a few months or whatever. So it's a great job. The other thing I want to talk about, guys, is this job. It can be very lonely. Okay, you are by yourself most of the time. The crew, they want to do their own thing. It could be that they've been on this layover before, or they're just, you know, they just want to be by themselves, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So be prepared to kind of like venture out on your own and to just kind of like, it's just going to be you most of the time. Okay? As a mom, I appreciate that. When I'm home, I have 3 kids. So when I'm home, I'm like fully mom mode. Okay, there's no me time. It's just all about my kids, and I'm not complaining because I love my kids and I made the decision to have them, but I'm just saying my layovers, oh my goodness, I take advantage. I take advantage of the time sleeping in, sometimes hardly, or just like, you know, doing a facial or a bath or whatever, you know. It's my time. And also you get to explore these beautiful cities, like, and countries. Come on, amazing. You may not necessarily be doing it with exploring with people, but it's still a great opportunity for you to see the world, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Guys, yes, so I want to kind of like sum it up by saying or talking about a typical day in the life of a flight attendant. So whether you're on reserve or have a block, you are at the airport, so you would report to the airport by your report time. Okay, you're going to meet the crew. You're going to have a cabin crew briefing. The cabin crew briefing is led by the service director. The pilot in command will have like a briefing with the service director or all the crew, and then the service director will have a briefing with the crew discussing the flight, any concerns or anything of that sort. You're getting to know the crew, okay? You're meeting the crew. In that discussion, you're also choosing or discussing where you'd like to work. That being said, you're going to see different ways of how that is done. I'm not going to say anything more to that. I do want to encourage you, though, as a new flight attendant, to always speak up if you're ever concerned or you notice anything or you're uncomfortable with anything. Always communicate that with your crew, because communication is so important, especially when you're in a metal tube 35,000 feet up in the air. Always, I know you're probably going to be shy or a little bit reserved the first a few flights, but if you ever have any concern or anything of that sort, you're always able to go to your service director. That's why they are the ones that are in charge, and they will be able to assist you. But always speak up, guys. Speak up. Call me, let me know. I'll help you out, okay? I got you. So after your cabin crew briefing, you will then go and do your safety checks, okay? So depending on where you're working, you're going to be checking for your equipment. That is your responsibility. Wherever you're sitting, your jump seat is, you're responsible for that area. So you need to know all the equipment that are in your area. You need to know that they're working, they're functional, they are available, okay? And if there's an emergency, you have access to them, okay? So that is your responsibility, not for the whole aircraft, but for your area. You need to be aware of your area. Once you do your safety check, depending on where you're working, you may be helping with boarding, you may be helping in the galley, you may be the galley person. It could be anything, and so that's when you'll start setting up or just preparing yourself to receive the passengers on board. Once the passengers are on board, you're going to work as a crew, work as a team to get the bags organized. And bags are always a headache. I'm not going to lie to you, the bags are always a headache. It could be very overwhelming and very stressful. But if you have an amazing ground crew, or you know, the agent, the check-in agent, the gate agent, sorry, that, you know, will work with you and kind of like help to organize the bag situation. So once you're on board, you know, it goes a little bit smoother. But typically, bags are a headache, okay? You're dealing with the passengers. You may have to be a little bit forceful sometimes, but always be respectful and be nice and approach it just like nicely and professionally. And most of the time, they cooperate. And if they don't, that's when you will go to your service director and they will take over. Okay, so you're going to help with boarding. You're going to help with just getting the process going. Once the bags are boarded, you will just follow the directions of the service director, whatever they instruct you to do, and you just listen. It's a lot of listening because the aircraft, some of them are really noisy. So what they do use the PA system to make announcements and just certain cues for you to do what you need to do as the flight attendant, okay? So you're going to be aware of your surroundings on the aircraft. You're multitasking, and it comes with time. Kind of doing the same things over and over again in terms of the procedures and the safety procedures for the aircraft. So in time, you'll be okay. And you can always ask your crew. If you're unaware of, if you're unsure of something, always ask your crew. Never not say anything, because that's very dangerous when you don't communicate and you're unsure. It's better for you to ask the question, even if you feel foolish or whatever. There's actually no foolish questions, but you know, we understand each other. You still need to go and ask. Once you push back, you're now seated in your jump seat in the right bracing position. Bracing position would have been discussed in training a lot. You know, then you're good to go. And this is just kind of like a summary. I didn't even really go into everything that happens, you know, one flight to leave, but I kind of covered as much as I can because I don't want this video to be too long. But once you're in your bracing position, you take off, seatbelt sign comes off, then you will do your service. And again, it's a lot of teamwork, and it's a lot of I love it. I just love being in the aircraft, and I think it's just awesome that you're up there, and this is your job. like, you know, it's just, now I'm rambling, but it's just an awesome career. Okay, and just to sum it all up, guys, it's basically teamwork, one crew concept. You got to work together to get the job done, but you're going to be nice, you're going to be professional. Yes, guys, so I'm going to be ending the video here, but please, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, or you can just DM me privately. That's fine. I am more than happy to assist and to share my knowledge, share information with you guys. I want us all to be successful. So yeah, please reach out to me. I'm totally like cool with that. Congrats to everyone that is now officially a flight attendant. Like I said previously, it's an awesome career, and those of you that work for the same airline that I do, I hope I get to fly with you guys. Like, that would be amazing. How you mean? We're heading into 2023, guys, and those of you that have started the process of becoming a flight attendant, all the best to you guys, all the luck to you guys. I hope it all works out. I also want to add, if any of you tried out and it didn't work, please don't give up. And I encourage you to apply to other airlines within your area. And don't give up on your dream. You know, the right airline at the right time, it's going to happen for you. I believe in it. I'm putting it out there, positive vibes. And if it's something that you want, definitely it's going to happen. Sometimes we just have to like wait on the right timing. Okay, so don't be discouraged. All the best to you guys. I want to say happy holidays. And guys, yes, I guess this is it. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Bye for now. Later.